Hi, I'm Mike Baker. I'm going to demonstrate one of Tableau 10's great new features, which is the cross-database joins. So up until now, the only way of connecting to multiple data sources in one workbook has been with the use of data blending. Anyone that's familiar with data blending will know the inherent problems that come with data blending. You cannot create data extracts, you cannot run level of detail calculations across them, and you cannot publish the data sources. Cross-database joins tries to resolve these problems by joining the different data sources into one data set. This allows you to create a Tableau data extract which can then be published and used for further report building. I'm going to demonstrate this by just opening up Tableau and connecting to our superstored sample data set. So once Tableau opens, we're just going to go to our saved data sources and select superstore sample. Alright, and this takes us into sheet 1, and let's just assemble a very simplistic little dashboard. I'm just going to drag the states on, and let's drag profit, let's color code the states by profit, and we can see we've got the most profitable state of California. Okay, but let's say we wanted to enrich this dashboard a little bit and interrogate this data a little further with another data set that comes from an external source. So I'm going to go to the superstore sample. I'm going to right click and say edit data source, and this takes us to our data source builder, query builder, and now we've got a new option here which is to add, and when we select add, it opens up the add a connection window, and we can select a connection to a new data connector. You'll notice that a couple of them are grayed out. These are the ones that are currently not supported. Incidentally, Tableau server is not supported. So you cannot cross-database join to different Tableau data extracts that have been published to the Tableau server. Hopefully that's something that they do change in the future. But in the meantime, I'm going to be cross-database joining to another Excel document. So I'm just going to select Excel, and it opens up in the right location, incidentally, which I'm going to connect to a US Census data set. So selecting OK, you'll notice that we've now got two data sources in our connections list, and just selecting the US Census, we can see we've got one sheet, and I'm just going to click on the preview button for that. And we've got population by state, and we've got a ranking. Now Tableau already knew that we had the same dimension name in both of them, so it already formed the relationship, and it brought out the census sheet and joined it on. And if you open up the join, you can see it's joined on state in our main data set, matching state in our census data set. In our data preview, we can see the color-coded fields that have come from our census data and the blue from our orders table. You'll also notice that we've got repeated data. If you look down here, you can see that Kentucky is repeated several times down. This is obviously because our census data is at a much different level of granularity than our main data set. Our main data set is at a customer product level of granularity, so we'll have multiple customers with multiple orders and multiple products in the same state. So each of those joins is going to have the census data duplicated down. This obviously would affect the way we build our reports, and when actually developing our reports, you need to be aware of this. If you're joining or cross-database joining across different levels of granularity data sets, you're going to have to build in some extra functionality, or at least extra calculations to recalculate those joined fields at the right level of granularity. I'll demonstrate how we do that. If you were to use blending would negate the need for the level of detail calculations. You would blend on the state, and the state would populate correctly for our displays. So that is one advantage of maybe blending when you wouldn't necessarily want to create a cross-database join. If you don't need to do anything further with the US data, it may still be prudent to actually use a data blend and just blend the data on temporarily and interrogate your data on the fly. But if you're wanting to create a more of a permanent, robust workbook that you publish and have further other people building and assembling workbooks off of, cross-database joins is going to be your go-to. So I've created two connections here. We can also add more. You can just keep going until we have created the one big consolidated data set that we are happy with. That once we've got different, all our different data sources blended into one. So I mean, if we had some further data that was lying on MySQL, and our Microsoft SQL Server, we could join those all on and create one big happy consolidated data set. Let's go back to our sheet 1, and you can see we've got a new field. I'm just going to change click the little drop down next to the dimension and change the source to group by data source, so that we can see that we have got our census data source. There's our states by our census, and in our measures we have our census population. So we're currently just color coding this on profit. Let's rather just drag out the population, and I'm going to replace the color coding with population. If we hover over California, you can see we've got a population of 76 billion. Clearly something is afoot here. So this is what I was referring to with regards to the duplication of the data. Because our level of detail, our granularity level is different in our census data as opposed to our main data set, this duplicated data, if we go and look at this and view the underlying data, you can see we've got the main aggregated view, and if we go look at the full data, you'll see all the underlying records for our orders for all of our customers from our Superstore data set are rolling up this population count here, and we are currently summing the population. Now obviously in this particular view we could just change the population to average, because we know it's at the state level and we are displaying our view at state level. So now we can see that our population of California is 38 million. The other option would be then to use a level of detail calculation on population. So if we were to go to my population and create a new calculation, we can write a fixed level of detail calculation and do it to state level. And we just want the max, or you could set it at average, but the point is we just want the one value per state, and we can call this population fixed, and that will resolve our problem of having the duplicated data. And then you can leave that as summed, and I've just replaced the color coding with our new calculation of population fixed, and you can see it's fixed to 38 million. So that's it. That is the cross-database joins. We then have the opportunity of creating our data extracts here. You can extract the data for further speed and functionality, and you can then publish this extract to our Tableau server. You can use web authoring to build further dashboards off it, and you can have a far cleaner and easier to manage workbook. And that is it. That is cross-database joins. So I'd love to see what other people are doing, and please leave your feedback and comments in the comment section below. Thanks very much for watching.